What's good, guys? Your boy J12 and welcome back to the channel, man. And today I'm not even going to waste my time to do a recap of what the hell I just saw. Utah pretty much came out. Donovan Mitchell was red hot pretty much the entire game. Clarkson caught fire in the second quarter, which gave them a huge lead. But it's something about the Jazz offense, you know, it's like every time they get a big lead is because they are doing something that's not maintainable, you know, something that they just can't keep up. For example, game 5, freaking Bogdanovich just couldn't miss. The entire team couldn't miss. They hit 17 threes in the first half, and I knew they was in trouble because they hit 17 threes, but they was only up 5, and I'm like, there's no in hell they're going to hit 17 threes again in the second half. And little did you know, they lost that game. Tonight, Jordan Clarkson, great solid role player, you know. Obviously he's the 6th man of the year. Came out, dropped 21 points in the second quarter. Jazz went up by 22. On the back of my head, I'm like, there's no in hell Jordan Clarkson is going to keep this up, because the shots he was hitting, it wasn't the Clippers leaving them wide open or anything. It was step back threes, going in the paint, spinning, mid-range, floaters. It's like those are stuff that Clarkson can do for like 3 to 5 minutes, but he cannot do it the entire game. So I knew that was not maintainable. So even though the Jazz had a big lead, pretty much tweeted out that the Jazz was not going to keep this up, because the problem with this team is like every time they get a big lead is because they are doing something that's pretty much historic. Freaking 17 threes in the first half. Jordan Clarkson 21 points in a freaking quarter. Ridiculous. But like I said, I'm not going to do a recap. Pretty much going to talk about Rudy Gobert. I'm not even gonna call him Rudy Gobert because he doesn't deserve the D in his name. Rudy Gobert and Quinn Snyder, the Utah Jazz coach. First off, Rudy Gobert. I don't ever want to see Rudy Gobert name in a Defensive Player of the Year conversation ever again. Matter of fact, NBA, I want you to ban Rudy Gobert from ever winning another Defensive Player of the Year. And before some of you guys say, well, the Clippers play small, you know, what could he do? He's a big man. I watched Reggie Jackson, Paul George, and Terrence Mann pretty much just attack Rudy Gobert one-on-one. Not only did Gobert not get a block, they scored on them, obviously. Then another thing a big man should at least be able to do is grab rebounds. Rudy Gobert was not doing that either. He was not grabbing defensive rebounds. He was not grabbing offensive rebounds. So, obviously, common sense, Rudy Gobert was a liability. And what did Quinn Snyder do? Nothing. This man had 6 games to make an adjustment to the Clippers small ball. 0 adjustment. The Dallas coach saw Ty Lue small ball after game 4. What did he do? He made an adjustment. He started Boban. Boban gave the small ball a little trouble because Boban was able to grab rebounds, and he was actually able to score. Whenever a guy like Reggie Jackson was on him, Boban would just post him up and just shoot wide over him. Gobert have no post move. All he is pretty much is a shot blocker and a big that's supposed to grab rebounds. He was not doing any of those things. And then freaking Rudy Gobert watched Terrence Mann go 5 for 7 from the 3-point line. What did Gobert do? Nah, I'm just going to chill in the paint, you know. My job is to protect the paint. I know I'm the Defensive Player of the Year, but I'm just going to let you shoot these wide open threes because you're not going to keep making them all, right? Right, Terrence Mann? Wrong. Terrence Mann was hitting every freaking wide open shot, and Gobert was just pretty much letting him shoot. To make matters worse, there are plenty of possessions where Gobert was not even looking at the 3-point line. He was just standing in the paint trying to help out on whoever the hell the ball handler is at that time. Like, bro, chill out, bro. It's okay to give up a 2 sometimes, Gobert. Get your ass out in the perimeter and guard Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann is not somebody with great ball handles. Rudy Gobert can actually guard Terrence Mann in the perimeter. But he was not doing it. He was leaving them wide open, freaking being so eager to go help in the paint. I don't know, man. As for the Utah Jazz, man, this is freaking ridiculous. You guys cannot just keep choking like that every freaking playoffs. You was up 3-1, you blew it. You was up 2-0. Game 5 at your house, you lost that one. Game 6, you was up by damn near 25 points. They freaking blew a 25-point lead in pretty much 1 quarter. How freaking pathetic, man. I know a lot of people got mad at Shaq for pretty much calling Mitchell out, but Shaq was right. Shaq know what he's talking about. Regular season success It's good, but guess what? At the end of the day, nobody cares. It's what you do in the playoff that counts. And so far, the Jazz just keep choking over and over and over again in the playoffs. And their freaking coach refused to make an adjustment. So I'm expecting him to get fired. You know, normally I'm not somebody that come in here and try to blame a coach because the coach can't play for you. But it was blatantly obvious that Rudy Gobert was a liability. And the coach refused to take him out the game. Everybody on Twitter was saying, get him out, get him out. And he just refused to do it. Like, refuse. If you're not going to get him out, at least tell him, Rudy, stop trying to help in the paint. Stop the three-point line. One of those things. Quinn Snyder refused to do any of those things. Like, look at the Clippers. Doc Rivers, a lot of people call him a great coach, but Doc Rivers also is terrible at making adjustments. They got rid of him, brought in Ty Lue. Ty Lue, it doesn't take him much. It doesn't take him long to realize that he have to make an adjustment, and he makes them. After game one, Ty Lue realized that he could not be playing Zubac, you know, a lot of minutes. So he pretty much just went on with the whole small ball. I don't even think Zubac played at all in game 6. Ty Lue is great at making adjustments, and Quinn Snyder just refused to make any. I don't even remember Quinn Snyder making, yeah, he made 0 adjustment this entire series, honestly. Like, pathetic. So I'm expecting the coach to pretty much get fired, and rightfully so. Like, you can't be in the playoffs, man. 2-2, game 5 at your house, no adjustment. Then you go to game 6, Clippers house, no adjustment. Quinn Snyder's not stupid. He knows the Los Angeles Clippers are the #1 3-point shooting team in the NBA, and you pretty much just gave them wide open looks. Like, I just don't understand that logic. They're the best shooting team, 3-point shooting team in the NBA, so we're going to give them wide open shots? It makes 0 sense to me, especially with Kawhi being out. There's no excuse for this one. None whatsoever. Quinn Snyder got to get fired. Rudy Gobert, I don't ever want to hear his name being mentioned another defensive player of the year, because this man's a flat-out fraud. Like, I get it, you're a big man, but you can't be getting out-rebounded. He freaking got out-rebounded by Paul George last game. And then this game, I'm pretty sure he got out-rebounded again. That's, yeah, no excuses for that, man. And they paying this man $250 million. Freaking pathetic. Anyways, that's the end of today's video. Oh, I almost forgot. Shout out to the Los Angeles Clippers. I feel like I've been pretty much bashing Rudy Gobert this entire video. So shout out to the Los Angeles Clippers for making it to their first Western Conference Finals. It's funny how everything works. Last year, they blew a 3-1 lead with Kawhi, and this year without Kawhi, when everybody pretty much counted them out, they are playing really, really good basketball, you know? And I know a lot of people is going to pick the Phoenix Suns, but I don't know. The way the Clippers play defense is going to give Phoenix a lot of trouble. Freaking versus the Los Angeles Lakers, when AD was playing, it was obvious Phoenix had no chance. Why? Because the Lakers was able to go small in the 4th and put AD at the 5 and try to switch every pick and roll, which gave Phoenix trouble. But once AD got hurt, you got to play Marc Gasol and freaking Andre Drummond, so they just pretty much tortured the Lakers in the pick and roll. And yeah, so they won that series. And then the next round against Denver, obviously you can't take Nikola Jokic out. He's the freaking MVP. But Chris Paul is able to torture him as well in the pick and roll. But with the Clippers, you're not going to be able to do that. They switch everything. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what Phoenix game plan is. The only guy I can see that they try to take advantage of will be Luke Kennard and freaking Reggie Jackson. But Ty Lue, I know Ty Lue is going to be ready to make some adjustments. So I'm expecting one of those guys to not play a lot of minutes. You know, most likely it's going to be Luke Kennard, because Reggie Jackson is playing, balling right now. Reggie Jackson looking like a freaking all-star, man. So should be a fun series, man. So yeah, shout out to the Clippers. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new, especially if you enjoy NBA content. This is the NBA YouTube channel, so consider subscribing. Appreciate you guys. I'm out.